Hi, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are well. Get ready to sleep. Put your phone on speaker or use headphones, but make sure to set the phone display brightness to 0. This will help you sleep fast. The cheetah, often referred to as the fastest land animal, is an extraordinary creature, a living testament to the power of evolution's ingenuity. Famous for its unparalleled ability to run at speeds of 60 to 70 miles per hour, 97 to 113 kilometers per hour, the cheetah's speed is a defining characteristic that sets it apart from all other terrestrial animals. A cheetah can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just a few seconds, making it an apex predator built not only for speed but also for precision and agility. However, despite its remarkable running ability, the cheetah's predatory skills are more than just about raw speed. It is the result of millions of years of evolutionary adaptation, finely tuned for survival in the open plains, grasslands, and savannas of Africa. The cheetah's unique design makes it a perfect predator in its ecosystem. The long legs, lightweight frame, and flexible spine enable the cheetah to move with such rapidity that it can easily chase down fleet-footed prey such as gazelles, impalas, and other small to medium-sized herbivores. Unlike other big cats, such as lions and leopards, which rely on strength, stealth, or cooperation in hunting, the cheetah relies primarily on its speed and acceleration to bring down prey. This specialization in speed makes it the most efficient predator of the open plains and savannas, and it plays a unique role in the predator-prey dynamics of its habitat. Yet, despite its evolutionary advantages, the cheetah faces increasing challenges in the modern world. Habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, competition with other predators, and poaching have pushed the cheetah's population into decline, making conservation efforts crucial. This paradox of speed and vulnerability makes the cheetah one of the most intriguing species in the animal kingdom. While its physical prowess should have made it one of the most dominant animals, its specialized nature and ecological role bring forth a fragile existence, reliant on a delicate balance of factors for its survival. As an apex predator, the cheetah holds a key role in the savanna ecosystems it inhabits. Cheetahs contribute to regulating populations of herbivores, preventing overgrazing, and maintaining the balance of plant species that form the foundation of the food chain. This balance extends to the entire ecosystem, influencing the dynamics of other predators and scavengers, and playing a pivotal role in maintaining the health of the environment. The cheetah's ecological role is unique in that it is a solitary predator, unlike the social lions or the elusive leopards. This solitary lifestyle impacts its interaction with other wildlife and its strategy for hunting. The cheetah's success is not just due to its ability to run at incredible speeds, but also its social structure, communication methods, and its interaction with the environment. As such, the cheetah represents both the wild beauty and the delicate balance of nature's most finely tuned predator. The importance of the cheetah extends beyond its ecological contributions. It holds significant cultural, symbolic, and conservation value as well. Throughout history, the cheetah has been revered in various cultures, often seen as a symbol of speed, grace, and nobility. Its sleek, graceful appearance and remarkable running ability have made it a subject of fascination in African folklore, art, and literature. The cheetah's relationship with humans has evolved over thousands of years, from being viewed as a symbol of royalty and grace to becoming a species under threat, representing the broader struggle to conserve wildlife in an increasingly human-dominated world. In African cultural symbolism, the cheetah has been depicted as both a noble and revered creature and a guardian of the wild. In ancient Egypt, the cheetah was often associated with royalty and depicted in tombs and artwork as a symbol of grace and power. Cheetahs were even kept as pets by royalty, prized for their speed and elegance during hunts. Their place in cultural and artistic representations has made them an enduring symbol of nobility and exclusivity, embodying the ideal of strength tempered by beauty. As a symbol, the cheetah represents more than just physical speed. It is often associated with freedom, agility, and the untamed spirit of the wild. Their speed is not merely about the ability to outrun others. It represents the freedom of the animal kingdom, unbound by the constraints that human society imposes. Their predatory strategy, reliant on speed and technique, evokes admiration and awe, capturing the imagination of those who witness their breathtaking chases. Yet, despite the symbolism of grace and beauty, the cheetah also represents the vulnerable side of the animal kingdom, threatened by the challenges of the modern world and in desperate need of protection. One of the key aspects of cheetah conservation lies in understanding its unique ecological role. Cheetahs are not just an emblem of speed and grace, they are integral to the survival of many species within their ecosystem. By regulating the populations of prey species, particularly medium-sized herbivores, cheetahs play a vital role in maintaining balance within the savannah ecosystems. Cheetah predation helps prevent overgrazing, which in turn affects plant species, nutrient cycles, and the broader web of life in the savannah. In this sense, the cheetah is not just an apex predator. It is a keystone species, without which the ecosystem would suffer significant disruption. While the cheetah's role in maintaining ecological balance is critical, its future is threatened by several factors, many of which are a result of human activities. Habitat loss due to human development, encroachment, and agriculture have significantly reduced the areas where cheetahs can roam freely. Poaching and the illegal wildlife trade, particularly the demand for cheetah cubs as exotic pets, also pose a major threat to cheetah populations. Genetic diversity within the cheetah population is another significant concern, as isolated populations have led to a narrowing of the gene pool, increasing the risks of genetic disorders and weakening the species' ability to adapt to environmental changes. Conservation efforts are underway to protect the cheetah and ensure its survival. These efforts involve both scientific research to better understand the cheetah's behavior, genetics, and ecology, as well as community-based initiatives that work to mitigate human-wildlife conflict. Protected areas, wildlife reserves, and habitat restoration are crucial components of cheetah conservation strategies. Breeding programs and reintroduction efforts aim to restore cheetah populations to their former ranges, where they can play their vital ecological role once again. The success of these efforts will determine whether the cheetah remains a living symbol of nature's power and grace, or whether it will fade into the annals of history as another species lost to the modern world. As we explore the cheetah's origins, habitats, physical adaptations, and behavior, we will also examine the ongoing efforts to protect this magnificent animal and ensure its place in the future of the natural world. The cheetah's story is one of both evolutionary triumph and modern-day struggle, and it highlights the critical need for conservation action to safeguard the biodiversity that sustains life on Earth. The cheetah, with its incredible speed and elegance, embodies the wildness that we strive to protect, reminding us of the importance of preserving the natural world for future generations. The cheetah scientific name, Acinonyx jubetus, is an apex predator that has evolved in unique ways over millions of years, resulting in one of the most specialized and efficient hunting machines on the planet. Unlike many other big cats, Cheetahs are built for speed rather than brute strength, and this specialization can be traced back to their evolutionary roots. Understanding the cheetah's origins requires an exploration of its evolutionary history, its divergence from other big cats, and the adaptations that allowed it to become the fastest land animal. The evolutionary journey of the cheetah begins with its divergence from other members of the Felidae family, which includes lions, tigers, leopards, and other cats. Cheetahs belong to the genus Acinonyx, which is distinct from the other big cats, collectively referred to as the genus Panthera. The genetic lineage of cheetahs is believed to date back around 4 to 5 million years, though they are thought to have existed in their current form around 2.5 million years ago. They are most closely related to the puma concolor, another member of the cat family, but their specialized features set them apart from nearly all other carnivores, including the larger, more powerful Panthera species. The cheetah's evolutionary history is unique because it represents a convergence of features found in fast predators' adaptations that enable them to chase and capture prey at incredible speeds. Unlike lions and leopards, which are built for strength and stealth, the cheetah's body is fine-tuned for rapid acceleration and high-speed chases. This specialization likely developed in response to a shift in the environment and prey species, which saw the cheetah adapting to life in open grasslands and savannas. The earliest cheetah ancestors were likely part of a group of large predators that evolved in the open grasslands of Africa. Over time, these early species underwent adaptations that allowed them to chase down and catch prey in these wide-open environments, where cover was scarce and prey could run at high speeds to escape predators. The cheetah's speed likely evolved as a result of these selective pressures, where the fastest individuals were better able to catch fast-moving herbivores such as gazelles. This ability to outrun prey was crucial in an environment where speed was the most reliable method of hunting. Interestingly, cheetahs evolved in isolation for a significant period, which led to a number of distinctive physical traits, unlike the other big cats, which evolved to be powerful, stealthy, and capable of taking down large prey through strength and teamwork. Cheetahs developed an extremely lightweight frame and elongated body designed specifically for fast running. These evolutionary traits are now seen as the hallmark of the cheetah's predatory strategy. They developed long, slender legs, a narrow chest, and a flexible spine, all contributing to an efficient running posture. Unlike lions or tigers, which have powerful jaws and muscular bodies designed for wrestling and overpowering prey, cheetahs developed a highly flexible spine that allows them to stretch their bodies out during high-speed chases, increasing their stride length. One of the key evolutionary advantages of the cheetah is the structure of its paw pads, which are hard and non-retractable, a trait that differentiates them from most other big cats. These non-retractable claws allow the cheetah to maintain a solid grip on the ground while running at top speed, providing the necessary traction for acceleration and stability. The cheetah's long tail acts as a rudder, helping to steer and maintain balance as it sprints across the open plains. One of the most significant adaptations in cheetah evolution is their nasal passage and respiratory system, which are specially designed to support the high oxygen demand during a sprint. The cheetah's large nostrils and enlarged heart allow for quick oxygen intake, enabling it to maintain its explosive speed over short distances. These adaptations are vital in ensuring that the cheetah can sustain the intense physical effort required during a chase, though it can only maintain its maximum speed for a short time, usually 20 to 30 seconds, before needing to rest and recover. The cheetah's evolution into a high-speed predator required further specialization in sensory systems, particularly vision. Unlike other big cats, which rely on low-light vision and stealth to hunt, cheetahs have evolved exceptionally sharp eyesight that allows them to spot prey at great distances. Their keen vision is critical in open environments like grasslands, where the landscape provides little cover and prey animals are often at the edge of their sight lines. This incredible vision allows cheetahs to spot a gazelle or antelope running at a distance, and they can assess the animal's speed and direction, beginning the chase with precision. Evolution of speed and agility. The cheetah's evolutionary adaptation for speed was driven by the need to chase down fast-moving prey. Early cheetahs were likely solitary hunters, as opposed to the cooperative, social hunting strategies of lions. This solitary nature required cheetahs to develop specialized traits that made them exceptional at high-speed chases. Their long legs, narrow bodies, and powerful yet lightweight frames allow them to run at incredible speeds while maintaining maneuverability. This ability to change direction quickly and accelerate rapidly has helped the cheetah outpace its prey during crucial moments of the chase. In addition to its speed, the cheetah has developed a remarkable set of muscles and tendons that work together to provide explosive power. The cheetah's long tail acts as a counterbalance, aiding in rapid turns, while the powerful hind legs deliver the thrust needed to propel the body forward. Unlike other predators that rely on muscular strength to overpower prey, cheetahs rely on their ability to generate quick bursts of energy that give them a decisive edge over their prey in the early stages of the hunt. One interesting evolutionary aspect of the cheetah is its shortened digestive tract, which allows it to rapidly digest food after a chase. The cheetah's hunting strategy is focused on capturing prey quickly and efficiently, and the digestive system is adapted to process meals quickly to prepare for the next hunt. However, the cheetah's ability to make rapid kills has also limited its hunting frequency, as the intense energy demands of sprinting leave them exhausted. This trait is why cheetahs tend to hunt smaller herbivores like gazelles and impalas, as these animals can be caught in relatively short bursts of speed, unlike larger prey that requires more stamina. Through their evolutionary history, cheetahs have evolved in isolation, with few direct competitors. This isolation allowed them to specialize further in their ability to chase fast-moving prey in open environments. The cheetah's unique combination of traits, such as a streamlined body, large nasal passages for air intake, a flexible spine, and exceptional eyesight, have allowed it to retain its position as the fastest predator in the wild. However, this extreme specialization comes at a cost. The cheetah's physical abilities are tailored to speed and agility, but it is not as capable in other aspects of hunting that require strength or endurance. The cheetah must rely on its ability to outpace prey in a short sprint, making it vulnerable to competition from other predators, like lions and hyenas, which are better equipped for endurance and teamwork. Divergence from other big cats. Cheetahs diverged from the other big cats early in their evolutionary history. This divergence is a reflection of the cheetah's specialized hunting techniques and physical adaptations for speed. Unlike the Panthera genus, which includes lions, tigers, and leopards, cheetahs developed a unique set of traits that set them apart from their larger cousins. The Panthera species, such as lions and tigers, evolved to be powerful, muscular, and social animals that could work together to hunt larger prey through strength and cooperative effort. In contrast, cheetahs adapted to solitary hunting and speed, relying on individual physical abilities to capture prey. This is reflected not only in their anatomy, but in their hunting behavior. Unlike the lions, which often hunt in groups, cheetahs use their speed and individual tactics to chase down prey. This difference in hunting behavior is linked to the ecological pressures that cheetahs faced in their environments. While lions and leopards thrive in environments where stealth and strength are more advantageous, cheetahs evolved to dominate open spaces, such as savannas and grasslands, where speed was the key to hunting success. Cheetahs are solitary hunters, and this behavioral strategy allowed them to carve out a niche in the predator community, where few other animals could compete with their unique abilities. As the cheetah continued to evolve, its divergence from the larger Panthera cats became more pronounced. Cheetahs maintained their streamlined bodies, built for speed, whereas lions and tigers retained their muscular frames, designed for strength and endurance. This divergence led to different ecological roles, with cheetahs filling the niche of a high-speed predator, and lions and tigers occupying roles as endurance hunters capable of bringing down larger prey through force and cooperation. The cheetah's divergence is a perfect example of specialization in evolutionary biology, where a species develops a particular set of traits in response to its environment. The cheetah's speed was its ultimate evolutionary advantage, and over millions of years, it refined this trait to become the fastest land animal on Earth. The cheetah's story is one of adaptation, evolutionary efficiency, and the unique balance that nature strikes between specialization and survival. Cheetahs thrive in open spaces, where their incredible speed is not only an advantage but a necessity for survival. These vast, open savannas, grasslands, and semi-desert regions are perfect for cheetahs, offering the space they need to sprint at extraordinary speeds and catch prey. The African savanna is where most cheetahs are found, stretching across countries such as Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, and Botswana, where they roam freely. In these environments, the cheetah's adaptations have allowed it to become the apex predator of the grassland ecosystem, a predator that uses speed and agility rather than strength and stealth to capture its prey. In these open, flat habitats, cheetahs rely on their exceptional eyesight to spot potential prey from great distances. With their keen vision, cheetahs can identify herds of gazelles, impalas, and other small to medium-sized herbivores that are grazing on the plains. The open terrain also provides ample room for the cheetah to accelerate and make a high-speed chase. Cheetahs can reach speeds of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour, but this burst of speed lasts only for short distances, usually less than 30 seconds. The tall grass and sparse trees of the savannah provide cheetahs with the visibility needed to track prey, but also demand that they rely on acceleration rather than strength in a hunt. The African cheetah is not confined to one specific region within the savannah. It can be found in dry deserts, open grasslands, and even semi-arid regions where prey is still plentiful. However, the cheetah faces increasing challenges due to the loss of its habitat. As human populations grow, more and more land is being converted into farmlands, settlements, and tourism developments, which fragments the cheetah's natural habitat. The human-wildlife conflict often arises when cheetahs enter farmland areas in search of prey, sometimes preying on livestock like sheep, goats, and cattle. In response, farmers may retaliate by killing or trapping the cheetahs to protect their animals. This leads to a reduced range for cheetahs, making it harder for them to find territories with abundant prey. Habitat loss continues to be one of the primary threats to the survival of cheetahs in the wild. While Africa is home to the majority of the world's cheetah population, Iran also hosts a small and endangered population of cheetahs, found in the Persian and Asian savannas. This population, though smaller, is equally adapted to semi-desert habitats, where they face similar challenges to their African counterparts. The Asian cheetah, however, is critically endangered, and its population has been dwindling due to habitat loss, hunting, and the shrinking of its range. The Asian cheetah faces unique conservation challenges, with its range restricted to a few areas in Iran, making it particularly vulnerable to extinction. Despite their need for open spaces, cheetahs are not limited to just one kind of terrain. They have adapted to a range of environments, from tropical savannas to semi-arid regions and even desert edges, which offer sparse vegetation and limited water sources. These varied environments require cheetahs to constantly adapt, whether it be by learning to use limited cover for stalking prey in open environments or by adapting their hunting strategies based on the landscape. While they are not as versatile as other big cats, such as lions, which can survive in a broader range of environments, cheetahs are perfectly adapted for the environments they inhabit. Their physical design, lightweight bodies, long legs, and aerodynamic build makes them ideally suited for open, flat landscapes, where speed and agility are the keys to hunting success. The cheetah's role in the ecosystem is far-reaching. As an apex predator, it plays an integral part in regulating the populations of herbivores like gazelles, impalas, and springboks. By hunting and killing these animals, cheetahs help maintain a balance in herbivore populations, ensuring that these species do not become overabundant and that the vegetation in the savannah remains healthy. This role in the food web also has cascading effects on the overall health of the ecosystem. For example, the cheetah's hunting practices help prevent overgrazing, which could otherwise lead to the depletion of grasses and shrubs, vital to the survival of other species in the region. As a result, cheetahs are essential to maintaining the biodiversity of the grasslands, ensuring that various plant and animal species continue to thrive. The cheetah's interaction with other wildlife is not limited to its role as a predator. Cheetahs face constant competition from other large carnivores like lions, hyenas, and leopards. These animals also prey on similar herbivores, and the presence of these competitors often forces cheetahs to change their hunting strategies. While cheetahs are faster than lions and hyenas, they lack the strength or social structures of these predators. Lions, for example, often hunt in groups, and hyenas are skilled scavengers that can steal kills from other predators. The cheetah's reliance on speed for hunting means that it is vulnerable to losing its kill to these larger predators if the cheetah cannot finish feeding quickly enough. While lions and hyenas can overpower cheetahs if they engage in direct conflict, cheetahs have learned to adapt to this competition. They hunt primarily during the day to avoid the lion's and hyena's nocturnal hunting habits, and they often focus on smaller prey like gazelles that are easier to catch, but still provide plenty of sustenance. Cheetahs often also hunt alone, avoiding the need to compete for food. They have evolved to be solitary hunters, unlike lions, which live in prides and rely on group dynamics for hunting. The cheetah's solitary nature gives it an edge in areas where large predators like lions and hyenas are present, allowing it to hunt without direct competition. Despite being smaller and less capable of defending their kills, cheetahs are incredibly efficient hunters, and their speed-based hunting strategy makes them less reliant on physical strength or the need to engage in fierce confrontations. Cheetahs have developed a system where they rely on a stunning burst of speed to close the gap between them and their prey, using sharp turns and quick acceleration to outmaneuver their quarry. This ability to catch prey quickly before competitors can intervene is crucial to their success, especially in areas where lions and hyenas are prevalent. Additionally, cheetahs contribute significantly to the ecological balance of their habitat by regulating the behavior of herbivores, When cheetahs are present in an area, herbivores tend to be more vigilant, avoiding open areas where predators like cheetahs can easily spot them. This landscape of fear causes herbivores to spread out, which leads to more even grazing patterns and prevents certain areas from being overgrazed. This also benefits the plant life in the region, as vegetation is able to regenerate without being consumed too quickly by an overabundance of herbivores. Cheetahs' role in the ecosystem goes beyond simply hunting prey. They are an important component in the biodiversity of the savannah and grassland ecosystems. They help to maintain a delicate balance between predator and prey, ensuring that populations of both herbivores and carnivores remain sustainable over time. Their presence helps keep ecosystems healthy, promotes species diversity, and ensures that the natural processes of the food web remain intact. As the cheetah faces challenges from habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, and competition with other predators, it becomes even more critical to protect its habitats and ensure that it has access to the resources it needs to survive. Efforts to preserve cheetah habitats, reduce human-wildlife conflict, and manage competition with larger predators are essential to the future of the cheetah. Conservation initiatives, such as the establishment of protected areas and wildlife reserves, along with programs that promote community-based conservation, are vital to ensuring that cheetahs continue to play their ecological role in the wild for generations to come. The cheetah's physical characteristics are finely tuned to support its singular ability to accelerate rapidly and maintain high speeds over short distances. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah is built for speed, and its anatomical features reflect this specialized adaptation, from its lightweight frame to its long limbs and flexible spine. Every aspect of the cheetah's body is designed to maximize its speed and agility on the ground, making it the fastest land animal in the world. One of the most noticeable features of a cheetah is its sleek and aerodynamic build. Unlike the muscular and bulky frames of lions or tigers, cheetahs have a slender, elongated body that minimizes wind resistance, allowing them to cut through the air as they sprint. Their long legs are disproportionately long compared to their body size, which increases their stride length and allows them to cover more ground with each step. This is particularly important during a chase, as the cheetah must stretch its legs as far as possible to maximize speed. The cheetah's spine is extremely flexible, functioning as a sort of spring that allows the animal to stretch its body and extend its stride during high-speed sprints. The flexibility of the cheetah's back is unparalleled in the animal kingdom, allowing it to coil and uncoil with each stride as it speeds up. When running, the cheetah's spine moves in a wave-like fashion, contributing to its incredible stride length and the overall efficiency of its movements. This dynamic spinal flexibility not only contributes to speed, but also enhances the cheetah's ability to turn sharply and adjust its direction quickly, which is critical when chasing fast-moving prey across open terrain. Cheetahs also have muscular, long hind legs that allow them to push off the ground with tremendous force. These powerful hind legs are a key factor in the cheetah's explosive acceleration. The cheetah's back legs are more developed than its front legs, which creates an overall forward-leaning body posture that is ideal for high-speed running. The large muscles in the hind legs store energy, allowing the cheetah to unleash it all at once in a burst of speed. This burst is essential when closing the gap between the predator and its prey, and it is also the reason why cheetahs are able to accelerate faster than any other animal on land. Another important physical adaptation is the cheetah's tail, which acts as a counterbalance to its body during a sprint. The cheetah's tail is long, muscular, and flexible, enabling it to act as a rudder to steer the body during high-speed chases. This allows the cheetah to make sharp turns and adjust its direction in pursuit of prey. When running at full speed, the cheetah's tail is used to stabilize its body, ensuring that it can maintain control even while making quick, tight maneuvers. The tail's length and agility also play a role in keeping the cheetah's body aligned and balanced during a chase, helping the animal stay in control at high speeds. The cheetah's head and neck are also specialized for high-speed hunting. The cheetah has a small, compact head relative to its body size, which reduces wind resistance when it is running at full speed. The narrow face and large nostrils enable the cheetah to breathe more efficiently, allowing for better oxygen intake during a chase. This is crucial because, while cheetahs are incredibly fast, they can only sustain their high-speed sprints for short distances. The ability to efficiently take in oxygen allows the cheetah to maximize its sprinting potential during the critical moments of the chase. The jaw structure of the cheetah is also adapted for gripping prey during a chase. Unlike lions or tigers, cheetahs do not use their jaws to overpower prey through brute force. Instead, they grab prey by the throat with a swift, precise strike, delivering a killing bite that suffocates the prey quickly. Cheetahs also have large, rounded eyes with an exceptional field of vision. Their vision is built for spotting prey from great distances, even at high speeds. This ability allows the cheetah to spot and track potential prey across the expansive plains of the savannah. Their keen eyesight is one of the key factors that allows them to hunt efficiently in the wide open spaces of their habitat, where visibility is often unobstructed. The cheetah's eyesight is particularly acute at long ranges, making it easier for them to detect movement and identify potential targets, even in the farthest corners of the savannah. The cheetah's coat is another distinctive feature, offering a combination of camouflage and aesthetic beauty. The cheetah's coat is a soft, short fur with a spotted pattern that helps it blend into the grasslands and savannas where it hunts. The pattern of spots varies slightly among individual cheetahs, but generally, it provides excellent camouflage in the tall grasses, helping the cheetah to stay concealed from prey and competitors alike. The coloration of the cheetah's coat helps break up its outline, making it less visible to herbivores as it stalks through the grasslands. Additionally, cheetahs have distinctive black tear marks running from the corner of their eyes down to their mouths. These marks are one of the most recognizable features of the cheetah and serve a very practical purpose. The black tear marks reduce the glare of the sun, helping to enhance the cheetah's vision, particularly in the bright, sunny environments where they hunt. The tear marks essentially act like sunglasses, providing a clearer line of sight during high-speed chases when precision is crucial. Cheetahs also have large, non-retractable claws, another feature that differentiates them from other big cats, like lions and tigers. While most felids have retractable claws, cheetahs have non-retractable claws that provide more traction during their high-speed runs. These claws are used for gripping the ground, enabling the cheetah to maintain stability as it sprints. The lack of retractability means that the claws are always ready for action, which contributes to the cheetah's impressive acceleration and maneuverability. While other big cats, such as lions and tigers, are known for their muscular strength and powerful jaws, the cheetah's physical characteristics are fine-tuned for speed and agility. The cheetah's lightweight frame, muscle composition, and unique adaptations for speed make it the fastest predator on land, capable of outrunning almost any other terrestrial animal. However, this specialization also comes with trade-offs. Cheetahs are not built for the endurance hunting strategies employed by lions, nor do they have the strength of tigers to overpower large prey. Instead, they rely on their speed and explosive acceleration to quickly close the gap and make the kill. Cheetahs are highly efficient in their predatory strategies, using their speed and agility to catch prey with minimal energy expenditure, though this comes at the cost of not being able to engage in longer chases or confrontations with larger predators. The cheetah's physical adaptations are an extraordinary example of evolutionary specialization, fine-tuned for a lifestyle of high-speed hunting. Every aspect of its anatomy, from its slender body to its flexible spine and large nostrils, supports its role as the fastest land predator. These unique traits, while perfectly adapted to its environment, also reflect the delicate balance between strength and specialization that allows cheetahs to thrive in their open, grassland habitats. However, as competition, habitat loss, and other environmental pressures increase, the cheetah's specialized nature also makes it vulnerable to extinction if not carefully protected. Cheetahs are known for their solitary nature and their unique social structure compared to other big cats, while animals like lions and wolves live in complex social groups that rely on cooperation for survival. Cheetahs, as solitary hunters, have developed a different set of behaviors that revolve around individual survival and territoriality. Their behavior, however, is not entirely independent. There are nuanced social dynamics at play, especially when it comes to mating, communication, and territorial defense. Cheetahs are solitary animals for the most part, especially the females. A female cheetah tends to live alone unless she is rearing cubs, and she maintains a large territory that she defends from other females. This solitary nature is largely due to the cheetah's hunting strategy. Unlike lions, which hunt in prides, cheetahs rely on their speed and stealth to chase down prey, and they do so alone. The cheetah's hunting style doesn't require teamwork, but rather depends on precision and individual ability to outrun and capture prey. Thus, the cheetah's need for space to hunt means that its social structure is more spread out, with individuals rarely interacting unless in mating or territorial disputes. Male cheetahs, however, exhibit a different social pattern. Unlike females, who are typically solitary, males often form small groups, called coalitions, generally consisting of brothers. These coalitions are usually small, with most coalitions containing 2 or 3 males. Although larger groups of up to 6 males have been observed, these male coalitions help them gain access to females in the area, as they are more likely to dominate during mating competitions. Coalition behavior in male cheetahs is particularly significant because it provides them with a competitive edge when it comes to reproduction. By working together, males can defend territories more effectively and increase their chances of mating. These coalitions are based on brotherly bonds, and while the coalition is a temporary grouping that dissipates when the males reach maturity, or when their territorial needs change, it is a key aspect of male cheetah behavior. The social bonds in male coalitions are strong, and the cooperation between brothers is crucial for mating success. Unlike the lone female cheetah, male coalitions can benefit from the shared effort of defending territory and gaining access to mates. Coalitions also help males increase their social standing within the cheetah population. By living in groups, males can protect each other and ensure that they maintain access to areas rich in prey, which are essential for survival. This cooperative aspect is not a typical trait for most felines, but for cheetahs, it has proven to be an important survival strategy. While cheetahs are solitary or in coalitions, communication among cheetahs does occur, though it is relatively limited compared to social predators like lions. Cheetahs primarily communicate through body language, scent marking, and vocalizations, all of which play important roles in territory, defense, and mating behaviors. Body language is an essential form of communication for cheetahs. They use posture, tail movements, and facial expressions to express dominance, submission, or interest. For instance, a cheetah may raise its tail when signaling alertness or readiness, or a low tail position may indicate a submissive or cautious stance. The ears are also crucial in communication. Forward-facing ears generally indicate attention, while flat ears are a sign of distress or fear. Cheetahs also use their tail to communicate during social interactions, especially in the context of mating or territorial disputes. Scent marking is another important method of communication. Cheetahs use their urine to mark territory, especially in the case of males. They will often scent mark along the borders of their territory to signal their presence to other cheetahs and warn them to stay away. This is particularly important in areas where cheetah populations overlap, and it helps reduce the likelihood of direct confrontations between individuals. Female cheetahs, on the other hand, will mark their territory to communicate to potential mates that they are in the area and available for mating. Cheetahs also use vocalizations, but they are not as vocal as lions or leopards. Their primary vocalizations include chirps, purrs, and growls. The cheetah's chirping is particularly unique, is a sound made by both mothers and cubs when they are communicating over short distances. This sound can be heard when cheetahs are close to each other, particularly between a mother and her cubs. It is also used during courtship when males are attempting to attract females. Purring is another common vocalization, particularly when cheetahs are in a relaxed state, such as when grooming or resting. Purring is often seen as a sign of contentment. On the other hand, growling or hissing is used during more aggressive interactions, especially when cheetahs feel threatened or when males are competing for mating rights. Cheetahs are also known for their non-violent social structure compared to other big cats. Lions, for example, engage in fierce, often deadly, battles for dominance within their prides. However, cheetahs rarely engage in serious physical confrontations with other members of their species. Instead, they rely on subtle forms of communication to resolve conflicts, such as territory marking and vocalizations. This lack of aggression, especially in comparison to other big cats, makes cheetah interactions less confrontational. Male cheetah coalitions avoid aggressive fighting through cooperation, while females typically avoid social interactions entirely unless they are mating. The solitary lifestyle of the female cheetah is a critical aspect of the species' behavior. Females generally avoid contact with other cheetahs, and their primary focus is on survival and the rearing of their cubs. After mating, the female goes off on her own to raise her young, as cheetahs are primarily maternal. Unlike lions, where males have a role in protecting and raising the cubs, cheetah males do not have a direct role in cub care. The female cheetah is responsible for hunting, protecting, and training her cubs, teaching them everything they need to survive in the wild. The solitary life of the female is crucial for maintaining her independence and ensuring that she can protect her young from larger predators, such as hyenas or lions, which might steal her cubs. In contrast, the male cheetah's social life revolves around coalition living. As mentioned earlier, males often form coalitions with their brothers, and these small groups work together to defend territory and maintain access to mates. The coalition dynamics are important for male cheetahs to increase their chances of mating and to ensure that they can hold and protect a territory from rival males. This behavior of male cheetahs contrasts with the more solitary existence of females. But both male and female cheetahs share a common goal of survival, ensuring that they can live in the competitive environments they occupy. Overall, the cheetah's social behavior is shaped by its environment and its need for speed and efficiency. Solitary by nature, cheetahs rely on speed, territory, and communication to survive and reproduce. Unlike lions and leopards, cheetahs have evolved unique behaviors that focus on individual prowess and strategic cooperation among males. The cheetah's ability to navigate the challenges of a highly competitive environment while maintaining a low level of conflict with others of its species is a testament to its evolutionary adaptation to the open, predator-filled savannas. Cheetahs are master predators, renowned for their ability to chase down and catch prey with astonishing speed. Unlike many other big cats, cheetahs rely on burst speed rather than stealth or strength to catch their prey, making their hunting strategy both unique and highly specialized. Understanding the cheetah's hunting techniques, preferred prey, and the challenges it faces during the hunt reveals much about its physical capabilities and its role within the ecosystem. Cheetahs are diurnal hunters, meaning they hunt primarily during the day. This behavior is quite different from other big cats, like lions or leopards, which often hunt at night. The cheetah's hunting time is dictated by its vision, which is adapted to spotting prey at great distances, particularly in the bright light of day. The cheetah's sharp eyesight allows it to spot herbivores such as gazelles, impalas, and springboks even when they are far away, providing the opportunity to plan and execute a hunt before the prey has a chance to react. In the open grasslands and savannas where cheetahs live, visibility is key, and hunting during daylight maximizes the cheetah's ability to see and track its prey. The cheetah's speed is its primary hunting tool, and it is finely tuned for the chase. Once the cheetah spots a potential target, it begins its hunt by stalking the prey as closely as possible. Cheetahs typically close the distance by crouching low to the ground, moving slowly and cautiously to avoid detection. Their body and coat color help them blend into the grasses and open plains, providing some degree of camouflage as they get closer to the prey. Unlike lions, which often rely on stealth or group tactics to bring down large prey, cheetahs do not have the luxury of working together. They rely solely on their own physical abilities and speed to catch prey. Once they are within striking distance, typically about 100 to 200 meters from their target, cheetahs use a quick burst of acceleration to reach their maximum speed. At this point, the cheetah begins its chase, closing the distance between itself and the prey in mere seconds. Cheetahs can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour, 97 kilometers per hour, in just a few seconds, and this incredible burst of speed is enough to outpace most herbivores. The cheetah's ability to maintain such explosive speed for short distances is due to its powerful hind legs, flexible spine, and muscle composition, which allow it to stretch out its stride and reach incredible velocities. However, this high-speed chase comes with a significant energy cost. Cheetahs can only maintain top speed for a very short distance, typically 20 to 30 seconds, after which they are forced to slow down and recover. This means that cheetahs must be incredibly precise in timing their chase. If the prey is able to evade the cheetah by running at full speed for just a little longer, the cheetah will tire and have to give up the chase. For this reason, cheetah hunts are high-risk endeavors. If the cheetah does not catch its prey within the initial burst of speed, it risks wasting energy and returning empty-handed. This is one reason why cheetahs tend to hunt smaller herbivores like gazelles and impalas, as these animals are fast but still within reach of the cheetah's remarkable speed. Once the cheetah has caught its prey, it uses its sharp teeth to deliver a killing bite to the throat or neck of the animal. Unlike lions or tigers, which often overpower their prey with strength, the cheetah's bite is more of a precision strike, suffocating the prey rather than ripping into its flesh. This method ensures that the cheetah does not waste time or energy in a long struggle with the prey. Once the prey is dead, the cheetah will typically consume it quickly, knowing that larger predators like lions, hyenas, and leopards may soon arrive to steal the kill. Cheetahs are not equipped to defend their kills from these larger animals, so speed is critical in both catching and consuming the meal. Despite their speed and hunting expertise, cheetahs faced numerous challenges during the hunt, primarily from other large predators that compete for the same prey. Lions and hyenas are the cheetah's primary competitors, and their presence can often disrupt a successful hunt. Even if a cheetah has made a successful kill, it is not guaranteed to keep it. Lions, with their larger size and social structure, can overpower a lone cheetah and take its kill, often stealing it before the cheetah has a chance to fully feed. Similarly, hyenas are notorious for their ability to scavenge from other predators, and they will often follow cheetahs to take advantage of a kill. This competition can be frustrating for cheetahs, as their hunting effort is often undermined by the aggressive scavenging tactics of lions and hyenas. In some areas, cheetahs must also contend with leopards, which are known for their stealth and ability to drag their kills into trees. While leopards do not typically engage in direct competition with cheetahs for prey, their ability to hoard food in the trees can deprive cheetahs of valuable meals. This interaction between cheetahs and other predators is part of a larger predator hierarchy, where each species has its own niche and role in the food chain. For the cheetah, the challenge is to catch and consume its prey before larger predators can intervene. One of the most fascinating aspects of the cheetah's hunting behavior is its energy conservation. After a high-speed chase, the cheetah is often exhausted and must rest to recover. This is why cheetahs hunt more frequently than lions or tigers, but for shorter durations. Their strategy is based on quick kills and fast meals rather than long, sustained hunts. If a cheetah is unsuccessful in a chase, it must rest and recover before attempting another hunt. This makes cheetah hunting a high-risk endeavor. Success is critical, and failure can result in exhaustion and food scarcity. When cheetahs do make a successful kill, they rely on their rapid consumption to avoid detection by larger predators. Lions and hyenas are opportunistic feeders that will take advantage of any opportunity to steal a meal, and cheetahs are well aware of this. As such, they tend to eat their kills as quickly as possible, focusing on the most nutritious parts, such as the organs and muscle tissue, before they are forced to abandon their meal. Cheetah hunting techniques are perfectly adapted to the open plains of Africa, where speed and accuracy are the keys to survival. By relying on their speed rather than strength, cheetahs have evolved into the ultimate high-speed predator of the savannas. However, their strategy also presents significant challenges. They are at the mercy of other predators and must often deal with the loss of their kills to larger animals. Still, the cheetah's ability to chase down and catch prey with unmatched speed remains one of nature's most impressive feats. Despite their remarkable adaptations and role as apex predators, cheetahs face numerous threats to their survival, many of which are driven by human activities and the increasingly fragmented nature of their habitats. From poaching and illegal wildlife trade to habitat loss and competition with other predators, the cheetah's existence is fraught with challenges. The delicate balance that allows cheetahs to thrive in their environments is constantly disrupted by the pressures of human development, environmental degradation, and competition from other carnivores. As a result, cheetah populations have been in decline in recent decades, and the species now faces a future that is uncertain without continued conservation efforts. One of the most significant threats to cheetahs is habitat loss, primarily driven by human development. As human populations grow, more land is being converted for agriculture, urbanization, and livestock grazing, leading to the destruction and fragmentation of the cheetah's natural habitats. The open plains and savannas that cheetahs rely on for hunting are being replaced by farmland, roads, and settlements. This fragmentation makes it increasingly difficult for cheetahs to find large, continuous territories that they need to roam and hunt effectively. As their habitat shrinks, cheetahs are forced into smaller, more isolated areas, which not only limits their access to prey, but also increases the likelihood of inbreeding, reducing the overall genetic diversity of the species. In addition to the loss of habitat, cheetahs are often forced into closer proximity with human settlements and agricultural areas. This results in human-wildlife conflict, especially when cheetahs venture onto farms and prey on livestock. For farmers and ranchers, cheetahs pose a significant threat to their livelihoods, leading to retaliatory killings, either by direct poaching or by trapping. These retaliatory actions can decimate local cheetah populations, further pushing them toward extinction in areas where they were once abundant. The human-wildlife conflict is one of the most difficult aspects of cheetah conservation, as it requires finding a balance between the needs of local communities and the preservation of wildlife. Poaching is another serious threat to cheetah populations. Cheetahs are often targeted by illegal wildlife trade networks, particularly for their skins and body parts, which are valued as luxury items in some regions. The demand for cheetah cubs as exotic pets has also increased, with cheetah cubs being taken from the wild and sold on the black market. These cubs are often taken from their mothers at a young age, leaving them vulnerable to death and exploitation. The illegal wildlife trade poses an enormous risk to cheetah populations, as it directly removes individuals from the wild, often undermining conservation efforts and causing long-term harm to the species. In addition to poaching and habitat destruction, genetic diversity is another pressing concern for cheetahs. Unlike other large predators, cheetahs have a genetic bottleneck, which means that the species has very low genetic variation due to a past population crash. This lack of diversity makes cheetahs more vulnerable to diseases and genetic disorders, as they have limited ability to adapt to environmental changes or new threats. In some areas, cheetah populations are isolated in small pockets of habitat, which exacerbates the problem of inbreeding. Inbreeding not only leads to health problems, but also reduces the species' ability to cope with environmental changes. This genetic vulnerability puts the cheetah at greater risk, especially in the face of challenges like climate change and habitat fragmentation. Climate change presents another growing threat to the cheetah's survival. Rising temperatures, droughts, and changes in rainfall patterns affect the availability of water and prey, which are essential for cheetah's survival. As the climate becomes more unpredictable, cheetahs may find it harder to find food and water sources, especially in semi-arid and desert areas where resources are already limited. Shifts in vegetation and prey migration patterns may also impact cheetah hunting strategies, as herbivores move to areas that are outside of cheetah range. These environmental changes, exacerbated by human-induced climate change, will only add to the challenges cheetahs already face in maintaining stable populations. Another significant threat to cheetahs is competition from larger predators, particularly lions and hyenas. While cheetahs are fast and skilled hunters, they are vulnerable to predators that are stronger and more dominant, such as lions and hyenas. In many areas, lions and hyenas will steal cheetah kills, forcing cheetahs to abandon their food and often leaving them hungry. Cheetahs are not equipped to fight off larger predators, and they are not as capable of defending their kills as lions or hyenas. This competition puts cheetahs at a distinct disadvantage, as they must hunt more frequently to meet their dietary needs. In some regions, where lions and hyenas are abundant, cheetahs face the constant risk of losing their food to these competitors, which further stresses their already fragile existence. The decline of cheetah populations is also exacerbated by poaching and illegal hunting, especially in areas where wildlife enforcement is lax or non-existent. In countries where cheetahs are not adequately protected, they are often targeted by poachers who trap or kill them for their pelts or for the illegal pet trade. In regions where there are weak enforcement laws or a lack of anti-poaching efforts, cheetahs are particularly vulnerable to exploitation. Illegal hunting continues to be a major driver of the cheetahs' declining numbers, making it one of the primary threats to their survival in the wild. The loss of prey species also threatens cheetah populations. Cheetahs rely on medium-sized herbivores like gazelles, impalas, and springboks for food. However, as human activity spreads across the landscape, these prey species face their own set of challenges, including overhunting, habitat loss, and disease. When prey populations decline, cheetahs are forced to compete for food with other predators, which can lead to malnutrition and starvation. In some areas, the reduction of prey species due to human encroachment has pushed cheetahs into more marginal habitats, where food and space are more limited. Overall, cheetahs face a range of threats that are interconnected and stem primarily from human activities. Habitat loss, poaching, competition, and genetic vulnerability all contribute to the declining cheetah population. The cheetah's specialized nature, which allows it to thrive in open, grassland environments, also makes it particularly vulnerable to the pressures of a rapidly changing world. As cheetahs are pushed into smaller, more isolated habitats, their survival becomes increasingly dependent on targeted conservation efforts that focus on protecting their habitat, reducing human-wildlife conflict, and addressing the illegal wildlife trade. These threats are compounded by the increasing challenges posed by climate change, loss of prey, and competition from larger predators. The delicate balance of the cheetah's predator-prey dynamics and its role in the savannah ecosystem is under constant pressure, and without significant conservation efforts, the cheetah's future remains uncertain. The urgency to protect cheetah populations cannot be overstated. Conservation efforts must focus on creating safe spaces, enforcing anti-poaching laws, and educating the public about the importance of protecting this unique and irreplaceable species. Cheetah conservation is an urgent and ongoing global priority, with various organizations, governments, and local communities working together to protect this iconic species. Cheetahs are facing numerous challenges that threaten their survival, but with concerted efforts, there is hope that their populations can be stabilized and even allowed to grow. Conservation strategies for cheetahs focus on a variety of factors, from habitat preservation and anti-poaching measures to breeding programs and community-based conservation initiatives. It is through a combination of these efforts that cheetahs can be given a fighting chance at survival in the wild. One of the primary focuses of cheetah conservation is the protection of habitats. Cheetahs are increasingly confined to fragmented landscapes due to the expansion of human settlements, agriculture, and roads. To counter this, conservationists are working to establish protected areas and wildlife reserves where cheetahs can roam freely, hunt, and breed without the threat of habitat destruction. In these protected areas, cheetahs can exist without the constant pressure of human encroachment and livestock competition, allowing them to maintain a stable population. One of the most successful examples of cheetah conservation in a protected area is Kruger National Park in South Africa, where cheetah populations have been managed and monitored for many years. However, protected areas are not enough on their own. Many cheetah populations are found in areas where fragmented habitats make it difficult for them to move freely between territories. This is why wildlife corridors, designated paths that connect isolated reserves, are critical in ensuring that cheetahs can continue to roam in search of prey and mates. The creation of these corridors is often a collaborative effort between local governments, conservation organizations, and landowners. By preserving and restoring these corridors, cheetahs are able to access new territories, thus increasing their chances of finding food, mates, and suitable habitats for breeding. Another critical aspect of cheetah conservation involves anti-poaching efforts. Cheetahs are often targeted for their skins, body parts, and cubs, which are sold on the black market. In some regions, cheetah cubs are stolen from the wild to be sold as exotic pets, and their illegal trade is a significant threat to the species. In response, various organizations and governments have established anti-poaching patrols and enforcement laws to prevent poaching and trafficking. These efforts are designed to protect cheetahs not only from illegal hunting, but also from the illegal wildlife trade, which has become a major problem in many parts of Africa and Asia. In addition to anti-poaching and habitat protection, breeding programs play a crucial role in cheetah conservation. Cheetah populations, particularly in the wild, suffer from a genetic bottleneck, which means they have low genetic diversity due to a past population crash. This lack of diversity makes them more vulnerable to diseases, environmental changes, and genetic disorders. To counter this, zoo-based breeding programs have been established to maintain genetic diversity and, in some cases, to reintroduce captive-bred cheetahs back into the wild. These breeding programs focus on careful selection of breeding pairs to ensure genetic diversity and long-term health. By maintaining healthy and diverse populations, these programs increase the chance of successful reintroduction into natural habitats and improve the overall viability of the species. Beyond breeding programs and protected areas, community-based conservation is an essential strategy for the long-term survival of cheetahs. In regions where cheetahs are in direct conflict with human activities, particularly in farming communities, local engagement and cooperation are critical. Community-based conservation programs aim to involve local people in the protection of cheetahs by helping them understand the importance of coexistence and by providing incentives for protecting wildlife. In many areas, farmers and herders view cheetahs as threats to their livestock, but through education and the implementation of non-lethal deterrents such as guard dogs, fencing, and fladry, a system of flags designed to deter predators, the risk of conflict can be reduced. Financial compensation for livestock losses and training programs for farmers on how to live alongside cheetahs are also part of these efforts. Another important community-based initiative is the promotion of wildlife-friendly farming practices. Cheetahs rely on healthy, thriving ecosystems with abundant prey, and their survival is directly tied to the health of the environment. By supporting sustainable farming practices that do not degrade habitats or lead to overgrazing, local communities can contribute to the health of ecosystems that support both cheetahs and other wildlife. Encouraging farmers to grow crops that are cheetah-friendly and implementing better land use practices can have a significant positive impact on cheetah conservation. International cooperation is also key to the success of cheetah conservation. Several international conservation organizations, such as the Cheetah Conservation Fund (CCF), the Wildlife Conservation Society (WCS), and the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN), work together to raise awareness, conduct research, and advocate for cheetah protection on a global scale. These organizations collaborate with national governments, local NGOs, and other stakeholders to address the major threats facing cheetahs and to implement cross-border conservation strategies. These efforts often include scientific research, population monitoring, and the establishment of transboundary protected areas that connect different regions and countries in cheetah habitats. The cheetah's plight has garnered attention from wildlife tourism as well, with ecotourism focusing on cheetah viewing and conservation in areas where cheetahs are a major attraction for tourists. The revenue generated from wildlife safaris and ecotourism can be reinvested into local conservation programs by creating an economic incentive for protecting cheetahs and their habitats. These programs foster greater community involvement and understanding of the species' importance. This type of tourism not only helps generate funds for conservation, but also educates the public about the need for cheetah protection and the challenges they face. One notable example of successful cheetah conservation is the reintroduction program in Namibia, where the Cheetah Conservation Fund has worked tirelessly to conserve the country's cheetah population. Namibia is home to the largest population of wild cheetahs in Africa, and conservation efforts have focused on reducing human-wildlife conflict, establishing protected areas, and providing support to farmers. By working with local communities and governments, Namibia has created a model for cheetah conservation that can be replicated in other parts of Africa. The Cheetah Conservation Fund has also implemented education programs that help teach farmers how to coexist with cheetahs and mitigate livestock losses, ensuring that cheetahs can continue to roam the land without being targeted by human predators. In addition to in situ conservation efforts, cheetahs are also the focus of global advocacy campaigns that raise awareness about the species' endangered status and push for stronger protection measures. Advocacy groups work to influence policy, raise funds for conservation programs, and highlight the importance of cheetah conservation on the international stage. These campaigns are essential in garnering the attention needed to support wildlife conservation initiatives and in encouraging governments to enact policies that protect endangered species like the cheetah. Overall, the conservation of cheetahs involves a multifaceted approach, from habitat protection and anti-poaching efforts to community engagement and international cooperation. Despite the many challenges facing cheetah populations, there have been significant strides in ensuring that these magnificent animals continue to have a place in the wild. However, without continued support, the cheetah's future remains uncertain. Only through concerted efforts from all levels of society, local communities, governments, conservation organizations, and individuals can cheetahs be protected and their natural habitats preserved for generations to come. Cheetah reproduction is a vital aspect of their conservation, as the survival of future generations depends on the health and growth of cub populations. However, the journey to successful reproduction and the early stages of a cheetah's life are fraught with challenges, from mating behaviors to the difficulties of raising cubs in the wild. The reproductive process is a delicate balance of survival instincts, environmental pressures, and competition with other predators. The cheetah's mating behavior is not as complex as that of some other big cats, such as lions, but it is still an important aspect of the species' survival. Female cheetahs generally live solitary lives, except during mating seasons or when raising cubs. When a female is ready to mate, she enters estrus, the period when she is fertile, and during this time, she will attract males with scent marking and vocalizations. Males, on the other hand, will compete to mate with her, often engaging in physical contests and displays of dominance. These encounters are not as intense as the fights seen in lion prides, as cheetahs are generally not inclined to engage in lengthy or violent territorial disputes. Instead, The male cheetah uses subtle tactics like scent marking and vocalizations to communicate his interest. And after mating, the female cheetah will move on. Once mating has occurred, the female cheetah undergoes a gestation period of about 90 to 95 days, after which she will give birth to a litter of cubs. A typical litter consists of 3 to 5 cubs, although larger or smaller litters can occur depending on the health of the female and environmental conditions. The cubs are born in a den, usually a secluded area such as a bush, rocky crevice, or even abandoned burrows. The mother will stay with the cubs in the den for the first few weeks of life to protect them from predators and provide them with the warmth and care they need to grow. During this time, the mother cheetah is very protective of her cubs and will leave the den only when absolutely necessary, such as for hunting or water. In the early stages of life, cheetah cubs are extremely vulnerable. They are born blind and helpless, relying entirely on their mother for warmth, food, and protection. Maternal care is crucial to the cub's survival, as cheetahs have one of the highest rates of cub mortality among big cats. Cubs are particularly at risk from predators like hyenas, lions, and leopards, which may attempt to steal the cubs from the den. In response to these threats, the female cheetah will move her cubs to different locations regularly to prevent predators from tracking them. Despite this protective behavior, only about 5 to 10% of cheetah cubs survive to adulthood in the wild, with predation being the primary cause of death. This high mortality rate makes each successful birth and survival critical to the cheetah's long-term population. As the cubs grow, they become more active and begin to explore their surroundings. At around 3 weeks old, the cubs' eyes begin to open, and they start to become more mobile. During this time, the mother continues to nurse them, but she will also begin bringing them small portions of food to introduce them to solid foods. By the time they reach 4 to 6 weeks, the cubs are able to follow their mother and watch her hunt. At this stage, the cubs learn the basics of hunting, although they are still too young to participate in actual chases. They will observe their mother's hunting techniques, how she uses stealth to approach prey, and how she utilizes her speed and agility to close the gap during the final moments of the chase. These early lessons are crucial for their eventual independence, as they form the foundation of the hunting skills they will need to survive on their own. The cubs' development into independent hunters is gradual. By around 6 months of age, they begin to join their mother on hunting trips, although their contributions are limited at first. They may help by scaring or herding prey, but their main role at this stage is still as observers. The mother's teaching is essential, as she not only teaches the cubs how to hunt, but also how to handle competition from other predators. At around 9 months, the cubs start to accompany their mother on more serious hunts, but they are still too inexperienced to handle a full-speed chase. However, by this point, the cubs have learned the crucial hunting behaviors needed to become effective predators themselves. At about 1 year of age, the cubs begin to branch out and hunt independently, although they often remain close to their mother for guidance and protection. The mother's role in their development is critical at this stage, as she continues to provide assistance and mentorship until the cubs are fully capable of surviving on their own. As they mature, the cubs gradually establish their own territories and start to live more solitary lives, much like their mother. This transition to independence is a gradual process, as the cubs continue to learn the nuances of hunting, territorial defense, and survival strategies. Male cheetahs, particularly those that are part of coalitions, may continue to stay together for a few years after they reach maturity. These coalitions help male cheetahs in establishing and defending territories, as well as gaining access to mates. Male coalitions often remain intact until they can no longer compete for mates, at which point they will usually begin to separate. Female cheetahs, on the other hand, typically lead solitary lives and will establish their own territories when they reach maturity. Unlike lions, cheetahs do not have social groups that maintain long-term bonds, and their interactions with each other are usually limited to mating seasons and occasional territorial disputes. The development of a cheetah from a helpless cub to an independent hunter is a long and difficult journey, full of challenges. The high mortality rate in the early stages of life means that only a small percentage of cubs make it to adulthood. However, for those that survive, the training they receive from their mothers and the experiences they gain while growing up equip them with the skills needed to thrive in the wild. The cheetah's survival depends not only on individual strength and ability, but also on the protection and guidance provided by the mother. During the most vulnerable years of their life, in terms of reproductive success, female cheetahs have a relatively low reproductive rate. They give birth to only a few cubs at a time, and their gestation period of about 3 months means that each litter represents a significant investment in time and energy. The high mortality rate of cheetah cubs further limits the species' reproductive success. To ensure that the species persists, cheetah mothers must give birth in environments that provide protection from predators, offer access to abundant prey, and allow for undisturbed rearing of their young. Overall, the cheetah's reproductive strategies are heavily influenced by its solitary nature, competition with other predators, and the fragile nature of its environment. Reproduction in cheetahs is a delicate process that requires not only physical adaptations, but also a strong motherly instinct to ensure the survival of the next generation. The high mortality rate of cubs, the pressures of competition, and the constant threat of predators make cheetah reproduction a critical yet precarious aspect of the species' survival. As conservation efforts continue, protecting these early life stages and ensuring the safety of cheetah cubs is paramount for ensuring the future of the species. The cheetah has held a unique place in human culture for thousands of years. From ancient mythologies to modern-day conservation efforts, the cheetah's incredible speed, grace, and beauty have captivated the imaginations of people around the world. Whether in African folklore, art, literature, or modern media, the cheetah is often depicted as a symbol of freedom, strength, and elegance. Its role in human culture is as multifaceted as the cheetah itself, and the symbolism surrounding this magnificent animal reflects its importance in both the natural world and in human society. In ancient cultures, particularly in Egypt, the cheetah was revered as a symbol of grace, speed, and power. Ancient Egyptian pharaohs often kept cheetahs as companions, and these animals were sometimes used in royal hunts, where their speed and hunting prowess was seen as a reflection of the pharaoh's strength and divine favor. The cheetah's role in these royal courts was also symbolic, representing the protection of the kingdom and the spiritual connection between the ruler and the animal. The cheetah's elegance and noble bearing made it a perfect companion for royalty, and it became a status symbol among Egypt's elite. Many ancient Egyptian artworks depict the cheetah alongside royalty, either being hunted or serving as a companion, underscoring its prestigious place in society. In African folklore, the cheetah is often associated with strength and cunning, but also with speed and agility. The cheetah's role in these stories varies from being a trickster figure to being a noble and courageous animal. In some African traditions, the cheetah is seen as a spiritual animal that embodies freedom and independence. For instance, among certain African tribes, the cheetah is said to possess the spiritual power of swiftness, and the ability to overcome obstacles, representing the power to move through life with purpose and precision. The cheetah is often featured in oral traditions and mythological stories, where its speed is not just a physical trait, but also a metaphor for quick thinking, decision-making, and the ability to seize opportunities in life. In modern media, the cheetah is portrayed in a variety of ways, often emphasizing its speed, grace, and predatory skill. The cheetah has become a symbol of agility, used in advertisements, sports logos, and brands to convey a sense of efficiency and power. Its striking appearance, marked by its sleek body, black tear marks, and powerful legs, has made the cheetah a popular subject in photography and film. In movies, the cheetah often represents the untamed spirit of the wild, a creature capable of great feats but also vulnerable to the forces of nature. The cheetah's association with speed is frequently used in branding, with the animal symbolizing excellence and performance in industries like sports, automobile, racing, and fashion. In sports, the cheetah is often used as a mascot or symbol for teams that want to convey a sense of agility, speed, and precision. The fastest land animal is an ideal representation for teams and athletes that value quickness and efficiency. It is no coincidence that many sports teams, from basketball to soccer, have adopted the cheetah as their emblem, reinforcing the idea of lightning-fast performance and the ability to outpace the competition. The cheetah's image is also prevalent in the world of advertising, where it is used to promote everything from cars to technology, as its speed and grace resonate with the idea of cutting-edge innovation and high performance. The cheetah also plays a significant role in the field of wildlife conservation, serving as a flagship species for efforts to preserve biodiversity and safeguard natural habitats. The cheetah's role as a symbol of the wild has made it a powerful ambassador for conservation movements worldwide. Organizations such as the Cheetah Conservation Fund, CCF, have utilized the cheetah's fame to raise awareness about the threats it faces, such as habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. As a charismatic megafauna, the cheetah has the power to draw attention to broader conservation issues, inspiring people to support wildlife protection efforts and advocate for policies that will help preserve the natural world. In wildlife tourism, the cheetah is one of the most sought-after animals to view in national parks and reserves, especially in places like Kenya's Masai Mara, Tanzania's Serengeti, and South Africa's Kruger National Park. Tourists flock to these regions to witness the cheetah's incredible speed and to experience the thrill of seeing this elegant predator in its natural environment. Cheetah-focused tourism has become a significant source of income for local communities and conservation projects, as it promotes awareness about the importance of protecting these animals and the habitats they depend on. The cheetah's ability to capture the imagination of people worldwide makes it a powerful tool for conservation education, as visitors learn about the cheetah's role in the ecosystem and the need to protect the species for future generations. In modern art, the cheetah has become a symbol of wild beauty and untamed elegance. Artists across the world have used the cheetah's sleek form and dynamic movement as subjects in paintings, sculptures, and photography. The cheetah's distinctive spots, black tear marks, and muscular frame provide endless inspiration for artists who seek to capture the energy and grace of the animal. Its portrayal often conveys the power of speed and the freedom associated with life in the wild, representing a connection to the untamed parts of the world. The cheetah's image is frequently used in advertisements, fashion design, and commercial branding, where it evokes a sense of luxury, elegance, and high performance. The cheetah's symbolic role is not limited to its representation as a fast predator or a species in need of conservation. The cheetah is also a powerful metaphor for human resilience, individuality, and survival. In many cultures, the cheetah symbolizes the ability to navigate life's challenges with speed and agility, a trait that many people admire and aspire to emulate. Its representation as a lone predator, working alone yet always on the move, appeals to those who value independence and self-reliance. As a symbol of both grace and power, the cheetah embodies the ideals of balance and efficiency, demonstrating that it is possible to achieve extraordinary feats without sacrificing elegance or finesse. In African cultures, the cheetah continues to be seen as a noble creature, often depicted in art and ceremonies that celebrate the connection between humans and the natural world. The cheetah's presence in these cultural expressions highlights its spiritual significance and cultural value, especially as it is linked to stories about the importance of balance in nature and the need for humans to live in harmony with the environment. The cheetah's symbolism extends beyond its physical traits, representing the freedom and untamed beauty of the natural world, as well as the importance of protecting that world from the forces that threaten its existence. The cheetah's cultural significance continues to evolve, as the animal has become a symbol of conservation efforts and wildlife preservation. As populations of wild cheetahs dwindle and their habitats shrink, the cheetah has become a rallying cry for global action to protect endangered species. The cheetah's story serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining biodiversity, of ensuring that future generations can experience the thrill of the chase and the beauty of the wild. The cheetah, with its incredible speed, elegance, and specialized hunting techniques, holds a unique place in the animal kingdom. It is not only the fastest land animal, capable of reaching speeds that are unparalleled in the natural world, but it is also an animal that embodies the delicate balance of evolution, survival, and ecological importance. The cheetah's extraordinary physical traits, honed over millions of years, have allowed it to thrive. In the open grasslands, savannas, and semi-desert regions of Africa, where it plays a critical role in maintaining the health of the ecosystem by controlling herbivore populations. However, despite its impressive abilities, the cheetah faces a multitude of threats that have placed its future in jeopardy. Habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, competition with other predators, poaching, and genetic vulnerability are all pressing challenges that have led to a significant decline in cheetah populations. These threats, compounded by the fragmentation of habitats and the increasing human footprint across cheetah ranges, have made conservation efforts critical. Without significant intervention, the cheetah's continued existence in the wild could be at risk, and we may lose one of the most awe-inspiring and distinctive species of our time. While the situation is dire, the conservation efforts underway offer hope for the cheetah's future. Through protected areas, anti-poaching measures, community-based conservation, and scientific research, there are tangible steps being taken to stabilize and even increase cheetah populations. The success stories of cheetah conservation, such as those in South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana, demonstrate that collaborative efforts between local communities, governments, and global conservation organizations can have a positive impact on the survival of this iconic species. By focusing on habitat protection, reducing human-wildlife conflict, and ensuring that cheetahs have the space and resources they need to hunt and breed, conservationists can help ensure that cheetahs continue to be a part of the African landscape for generations to come. The cheetah's role in savanna ecosystems is irreplaceable. As an apex predator, it regulates prey populations, maintains biodiversity, and contributes to the health of the ecosystems in which it lives. Its ability to chase and catch prey at incredible speeds not only makes it an efficient hunter, but also plays a key role in preventing overgrazing and ensuring the long-term survival of herbivore species. The cheetah's predator-prey dynamics help maintain a balance in the ecosystem, ensuring that the landscape remains healthy and that varied species continue to thrive. Without the cheetah, the savannah would be a very different place, and its absence would have far-reaching consequences for the entire ecosystem. Moreover, the cultural significance of the cheetah cannot be understated. From ancient Egypt to modern-day Africa, the cheetah has symbolized strength, speed, grace, and freedom. It has played a role in mythologies, art, and spiritual practices, representing qualities such as independence, nobility, and the untamed beauty of nature. The cheetah's symbolism has transcended borders, from being an emblem of royalty in ancient Egypt to becoming a global icon of conservation. As a flagship species in the fight to protect wildlife, the cheetah's image has become synonymous with efforts to safeguard biodiversity and preserve the natural world for future generations. Despite the challenges it faces, the cheetah continues to inspire people around the world with its speed, agility, and unique place in the ecosystem. Its role as a keystone species in the savannah and its status as a symbol of wildness make it an animal worth protecting. The urgent need for continued conservation efforts is clear, and it is up to all of us governments, conservationists, and local communities to work together to ensure the cheetah's survival. The story of the cheetah is a reminder that conservation is not just about protecting a single species. It is about maintaining the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. It is about understanding that every species, no matter how fast, strong, or specialized, is an integral part of the natural world. The cheetah's future is in our hands, and it is our responsibility to ensure that this magnificent predator continues to thrive in the wild where it belongs. Through education, policy change, and dedicated conservation efforts, we can help ensure that the cheetah will continue to run free across the African savannas for generations to come.